Hello, today we're going to be taking a look in full review at ConvertKit. Now, I've bought this full version. I'm going to go ahead and demo it for you here. Essentially, ConvertKit is a powerful email marketing tool for bloggers with a very simple design, no complicated, UIs or anything like that. At the same time, it packs a ton of great features and features at that a lot of competitors in the email marketing space do not have. So if you have a blog, if you have a website, and email marketing is essential for that, then you're going to want to go ahead and check out ConvertKit. All right, so first and foremost, you'll see the interface here, and when you first sign up for an account, they can actually walk you through a lot of what you need to do just by clicking on this little percentage button right here next to the power symbol. This will actually give you a great walkthrough towards a lot of stuff that ConvertKit can do, as well as allowing you to go through the process of, learning all about their tools and really great quick access guide if you are using ConvertKit for the first time here. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first and highly important feature with ConvertKit, and that's the forms menu. So this will give you an overview of the forms that you have set up with your ConvertKit account, things like your subscribers, your statistics, the views over your forms and so on and so forth. So you'll see the visitors, number of subscribers, and of course, the most important thing, the conversions, how many people are clicking on it and then signing up to those forms. Now to go ahead and create a new form, we'll simply click the button right here, and you can see it's going to ask you, how do you want to gather your subscribers? So do you want to gather them through a landing page, like a full-blown page, or just a simple form that you can embed anywhere on your website, be it a sales page, landing page, whatever it may be, however you want to go ahead and set that up. So here we have the first three styles you can choose from. They have a couple options here. I'm going to go ahead and go with just a more simple style here, this first one. And it's going to go ahead and give me a preview of the content here. So here is the newsletter form that ConvertKit is offering me. And then from here, I can actually just edit a lot of the content. So for example, I can just say, join now. And this is the title. And then you can say subscribe to get our latest content by email. And I can have the form here. I can say what it needs to be inputted and subscribe. And I can change this, for example, to like sign up. And of course, you can change all the other little details. Some of the forms will even offer you like ability to add in images or a logo if you want to go ahead and throw that in. So that's just a preview tab alongside the content, or the content tab, I should say, which previews everything. Now the settings tab is going to go ahead and give you a lot of the great options that you're going to want to go ahead and mess around with when it comes to forms, and adjusting, of course, as needed. So first and foremost is the main settings. This will allow you to go ahead and define the form title. So I'll just say test here. In this case, it's just a form that I want to embed on my site, and I'll showcase how I do that here in a second. If you want to do the full landing page, you can choose that. Now ask you the first question: what happens when a visitor subscribes? So if somebody clicks on this form, enters their email, what happens? In this case, this is the message they see, the success message. You can also have it redirect them to another page, or you can have it do a sequence, which we'll talk a little bit about here in a second here.
Now, next up is the incentive email. The incentive email is the option that allows you to essentially, you can choose between single or double opt-in when it comes to confirming new subscribers. So if somebody subscribes to your newsletter, you'll see you can have them send a incentive double opt-in email to 100% confirm, meaning that it will show an email from this address. It'll have a subject to confirm the subscription, or whatever you want to call it. You can have the message here. So this is the opt-in message to confirm that they want to sign into your newsletter. And then you can also redirect them, for example, to a thank you page. So for example, after confirming their subscription, it can take them to a page that says, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate your support. Or even an incentive download. So a lot of times you'll see newsletters be like, sign up to our newsletter to get a free ebook. So you can actually upload a file here and have them get a free ebook or whatever it may be as soon as they sign up and confirm opting in. You also have special options here to auto-confirm new members if you just wanted to automatically accept them, or send subscriber data to a thank you page. And if you only want it to be a single opt-in, so they hit sign up on the actual newsletter button itself, you can just uncheck this box and it'll be a single opt-in versus a double opt-in when confirming new subscribers.
Underneath that's a style, so this is where you can kind of adjust the look and feel if you want it to be shown as like a full page here, minimal, or just even naked, so it's integrated right away. And then you can have this show as an inline form, a module form where it kind of pops out, and or just a slide-in form where it kind of just comes in as an overlay. Custom CSS is also an option and available here, along with other information such as what they should show to return visitors who have already subscribed to said form, whether you want to continue to show the form or hide the form, which is probably useful if they've already signed up. So from there, you can go ahead and save information, or you can just jump to the next one here. And this is where it comes to embedding, the embedding options you have, because ConvertKit allows you to embed via JavaScript, raw HTML, or WordPress. In this case, I'm going to be embedding via WordPress on my site here. I've already downloaded the ConvertKit WordPress plugin. And for information on that, you can go ahead and just click on this link, and then you're going to need to go to your account page right here and go into your settings here to grab your API key alongside your API secret to set that up on your WordPress blog. So jumping back to that form that I just created here, let's go ahead and jump to those last settings just so I can go ahead and showcase the final settings here. Outside the embed, I'm going to go ahead and grab this link right here because that's all it takes to embed easily via the WordPress plugin. Lastly, you have form integrations, which allow you to set up things like lead generation through Twitter or Unbounce. And last but not least, you have the ability to look at other options, such as like if you want to duplicate a form, archive a form, or just delete the form overall. So I'll go ahead and save my options here for everything that I went ahead and adjusted. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and take this form that I created, paste it in, because we took that, information there, and I have the plugin here on my WordPress site. I'm going to go ahead and update the page, and we'll go ahead and view it here. And just like that, you can see I easily have that ConvertKit form now on my website. Super simple, super easy with that WordPress plugin tool. It was literally just copying and pasting. Of course, within that last tab of the form, you can go ahead and view subscriber data. So once you have that form set up, you can see it showcases that one visitor already has seen the form. It showcases if they subscribed, and if they did subscribe, it'll showcase the conversion rate based off your numbers. You'll see the top referrers. This is actually the link that I embedded the page in. As well as the ability to download the subscriber info into something like a CSV file. Next, let's talk about sequences. Sequences are really great because what this allows you to do is allows it to kind of tie in a lot with if you have going on with your email or campaigns or what have you. So for example, let's go ahead and create a new sequence here. And the way this works is we'll go ahead and say test sequence in this case. Test one, create a sequence. And what I mean by tying a lot of your campaigns is it can send, just as it's called, a sequence of emails out to your subscribers, out to your, newsletters, so on and so forth. So you can create multiple emails that will be sent out depending on how you want to, craft that schedule. So for example, let's say that you have, a course that you're trying to promote or a product that you're trying to sell. Well, the first email might just be a general welcome email and a little bit about what you cover. So, you can go ahead and input all the information here. You can put the email subject. You can say welcome, and then you would put the email content, welcome to the site, and, just a general welcome email. You can define the status as a draft or published once you define it there. And then you can delay the sending by 1 day after they subscribe. You can go ahead and pick, the day specifically if you want to go ahead and do that, or have it, delayed by an hour, so on and so forth. So let's say they sign up to that form that we just created, and we define now, delay it by a day, and we'll give them a welcome email. You can preview what it looks like here in a browser or email if you want. So go ahead and open up a separate thing here. From there, you can go ahead and add a second email. And keep in mind, this is all a simple drag and drop interface. Again, that's what makes ConvertKit so great. It's just really clean, really easy to use. But the idea here is you can now define the list of emails that will be sent. So for example, on the second email, we can say, maybe we want to give them top 5 tips to, let's say our site is all about, building a computer or something. So we'll say top 5 tips to building a PC. And then you would put in all the great content here. You can give them, links to articles, pictures, so on and so forth. Make all that great engaging content. And then, the third email might be pitching them on, something that you sell. Maybe you sell a power supply. Maybe you sell a CPU. And you can say why a CPU is important to a custom built PC, or something along those lines. The idea here is you can craft the story and the narrative you want to tell, and then choose the schedule in which the emails go out. So they subscribe to your service, right? They put their email in your form. Now they're getting emails automatically automated, and you don't have to worry about that. You can go into the settings tab here, of course, once I go ahead and jump into the settings tab for the sequences here to define a little bit more. Like I said, you can define the way it sends emails. You can have it exclude specific subscribers from the sequence, which is really important because let's say, for example, for a certain reason that you want emails offering your product or your service to new subscribers, but you obviously don't want that sent out to people who already have purchased the product. So, for example, if I was to go back to the content here and I was to create something, you can see that there's this filter option right here. I can go ahead and filter by email. And basically, you would have to go ahead and add this filter. So you can say like people who are already subscribed to a specific tag here. And then you can say like people who have purchased your service. So if they purchased my private coaching or my PC built, my PC parts or whatever the product or service is, you obviously don't want them to get those, constant emails promoting your product if they've already bought it. So you can add that filter here, which is super, super useful to ensure that they don't get those future emails. Super powerful feature within ConvertKit. And then, of course, last but not least, you're going to have that reports option. So this will kind of break down the people who are unconfirmed, people who are subscribers, the open rate, click rate, all those great statistics that you want to know when it comes to your sequences. Like, are they opening the first email? Are they opening the second one? Maybe they're not opening the third, so on and so forth. Next, let's go ahead and jump to the subscribers menu. This gives you all the detail and information of course, the people who are subscribing and checking out your forms and signing up for your newsletters. Really great options here when it comes to subscribers. Of course, you can easily import subscribers. So if you have a list previously that you want to import into ConvertKit, you can do that here. You'll see all of your subscribers can be sorted out by all, confirmed, unconfirmed, canceled, complained, bounce, or cold subscribers. And of course, you can manually enter in subscribers and or search for them here in the top right. So to manually enter, you simply hit the plus button here, and you'll be able to go ahead and input a subscriber's first name and then their email address. So for example, let's say I put Maria here as a subscriber, and Maria@gmail.com, for example, and I want to include her in a certain list here. So maybe I want to assign her to like a tag or a form that she's subscribed to. Let's say I'll put her in a tag. So I'll put her as an employee. So let's go ahead and tag her as an employee here. One of the great things about ConvertKit is if I go ahead and add Maria again as a different group or tag, it has great duplicate detection. So you'll see here, I'll go ahead and put Maria@gmail. I'll go ahead and put tags here, and I'll select something else other than the employee one. So let's say I'll put her in the category as has an online business. I'll save it. And you'll notice it updates Maria's information once I click on her profile here with both tags. It doesn't create a separate subscriber. It understands that that's the same subscriber. There's just been information added onto it, which is a really, really great feature for ConvertKit because a lot of competitors in the email marketing space don't do this. And it's great because let's say you have like 10,000 people on the list, but you have like 500 of those who are duplicates. Well, now it's not going to showcase, those extra users. It's going to go ahead and just add them and can make them into one user and make sure those duplicates aren't showcased there. So really simple, really easy.
So within that same subscribers tab, you also have the segments and tag feature. These are great ways to automate information about your subscribers and filter them into specific groups. You start off by assigning tags to subscribers. Tags are simply status or information about your subscribers. So people who are employees, for example, people who have online or offline businesses. These are great ways to filter through specific subscribers. Now, let's say I have a PC support business where I fix computers for people, and I want to create a tag for people who are signed up to our newsletter because, again, ConvertKit also allows you to set up a newsletter here. So I want the people who are signed up to our PC support newsletter, just a free weekly one that we send out. On top of that, I want to know people who are not or have not purchased the overall PC support service. So maybe there are people out there who have just signed up to our free weekly newsletter to get information and tips, but they actually aren't customers of our support package or what have you. Now that's where a segment comes in. A segment looks to bridge the gap between subscribers and tags and filter them into specific groups. So I can now set up a segment that say, let's say people who have, and I have an example here, subscribed to our PC newsletter but didn't purchase service. So again, we have the people who are just getting the newsletter but aren't actually paying for our services. And the way I would create that is I would hit add filter, subscribed to tags, and that tag I just created, so people who have, again, signed up to the PC newsletter, and then we'll say you can add multiple tags here if you want. We'll add a second filter group, which is the and statement. So I'll say they are subscribed to tags people who have not purchased the PC service. So again, this defines people who have signed up to the newsletter but have not purchased the service. So as soon as I save this statement, again, this is just a simple one. You can create complex or more advanced ones. I now have that segment. And if I go back to my subscribers, let's say I had people who were, you can obviously have this all automated on ConvertKit's end, but let's just do this manually here to showcase an example. I'll add a tag to a subscriber here. So let's say the subscriber joins our service because they signed up to our PC newsletter. And later on, after a certain amount of time, we realize they have not purchased the service, or we associate that tag with them because they're not a customer yet. Once I update that information here, you'll see automatically when I go to the segment here that I just created, people who are subscribed to the newsletter but haven't purchased the service, Maria is automatically added into that list. So now I have a targeted list of people I know who are getting our newsletters but haven't purchased our service. Other examples could be, people who have, for example, not purchased anything even though they've been subscribed to you for the last 6 months. So you can really define the rules and how you want to use the tags and segments. It's a very, very powerful tool within ConvertKit.
All right, going back to the broadcast tab, it's pretty simple here, but this is just a general broadcast. You can send out a full, email campaign or special offer out to a specific email list. So for example, you define who's sending the broadcast and then who will receive it. So you can say all your subscribers. You can, add other filters here if you want. So you can say like cold subscribers, people who are subscribed to a specific tag, people with a specific first name or email address. You can really define, who that broadcast goes out to, and then even filter it further if you want to add more people who are within that list. And then from there, you would just hit next step, and then you would choose the content that you want to broadcast. Really useful if you're having like a flash sale or something, and you want to be like, hey, all these people, maybe like people who have been subscribed for, this long, you can define by a date. Here's a 10% off coupon for being so loyal. And that's a really great way to reach a ton of people at once with the broadcast tab. Next up is the automation tab. Again, very self-explanatory, really greatly designed by the folks at ConvertKit. And this is really the heart of ConvertKit, of course, automating and defining all these rules, making it easy to have things done automatically. Very simple. If you trigger this, then this happens. So if somebody is to subscribe to a sequence or subscribe to a form or even clicks a link, then this happens. So let's say they click a link and you can define that link, then X happens. If they subscribe to that form that we created, so let's just say like that last one we created here, then this happens. So they subscribe to the form, then they get added to this tag, and then you can define the tag, and we'll say people who purchased the PC service. And you simply save that rule, and that rule is now enabled. So automated. You don't have to do all that stuff manually. That's the whole point of ConvertKit. Somebody subscribes, somebody signs up, they automatically get defined in those tags, which can enact a segment or what have you. So the whole automation process. The RSS feed automation, basically what this does is if you have an RSS feed already, like on your blog, you can simply import your RSS feed into ConvertKit, and what it does is it will detect if you have like a new post that goes live and automatically can email out your subscriber list, letting them know that you've posted. So very simple way to kind of just keep them up to date automatically. And last but not least is the integrations tab here. And this basically just, ConvertKit supports a ton of different integrations out there. And each of these actually have their own guide. So if you want to integrate it with something like Shopify for selling stuff, WordPress, lead pages, you'd simply just click on this and literally it will give you all the steps to, how you can integrate ConvertKit with said service. And other than that, you simply just have your account tab here, which has all your settings. So this will give you stuff like your company info, profile, login information, email information, and or billing for ConvertKit itself. So that all said, ConvertKit, again, it's very simple. Compared to a lot of the tools out there, it's very straight to the point. It's not that overwhelming. It has a ton of great features out there for email marketing and managing your subscriber list, making it all very easy from the tagging to the segments, no duplicate subscriber lists, all of that and more. Very simple and, more importantly, very affordable. Be sure to click on our link down below to get ConvertKit just starting at $29 a month. And this allows you to create unlimited forms, landing pages, of course, get that great automation that we featured, and also send unlimited email each month. As always, your purchases are protected by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're looking to get started, go ahead and check out our link down below for ConvertKit.